you box good, you can do this, you got this over him, you're gonna have to tighten up this, you're gonna have to do this. You know, it's a conversation. It's not just, oh man, you'll whoop his ass, you'll do this to him. It's never like
yes man type stuff.
Yeah.
When he has, with a person that has big IQ like that, if you do enough weights, you know, and you stay working for a long time.
Terence Crawford talked candidly about his initial exchange with Floyd Mayweather during the start of the Canelo fight training. Floyd provided more than just praise, he said. His advice was unambiguous. Crawford's talent was commended by Mayweather, who cautioned him to remain vigilant in light of Canelo's experience. The conversation was tactful, serious, and focused entirely on strategy.
That's a big boy. He's strong. You know, you box good. You can do this. You got this over him. You're gonna have to tighten up this. You're gonna have to do this. You know, it's a conversation. It's not just, oh man, you'll whoop his ass. You'll do this to him. It's never like
yes
that.
Man type
You
stuff.
know what I mean? It's like, hey, listen, you know, that's a dangerous fight. You know, but
that's the fight.
If it happened, you know, you can win, but you're gonna have to be on your A.
Recently, Floyd Mayweather joined Terence Crawford's training camp and even took a part in drills to hone his skills. Mayweather went so far as to call Crawford the finest fighter in the world at the moment, praising his discipline and sharpness as if he was truly impressed by his work ethic and technical prowess. Not only was their training session symbolic, but it also demonstrated Mayweather's genuine belief that Crawford possesses the skills necessary to overcome Canelo Alvarez, a formidable opponent. The mutual respect between them was visible, and their sessions carried a serious intensity that hinted at how seriously both men are taking this fight.
Right now, in your opinion, who's the best fighter in the world?
We can put Tank up there in the top 10 in pound for pound. He has to be somewhere in pound for pound. And Canelo done something that is amazing when Canelo was able to go to light heavyweight and become light heavyweight champion. Something that I didn't even see him going up that heavy, and he did that. So, but as of right now, I have to put Terence Crawford as...
Crawford has always respected Mayweather's style of boxing, not only his prowess in the ring, but also the way he has handled his legacy and career over the years. This awe developed into a genuine bond between the two. Crawford has often received small tips and advice from Mayweather, which he takes seriously. He doesn't just hear the advice, he applies it. Their relationship reflects a deeper bond, based on ambition, legacy, and a shared understanding of what it takes to become truly great in the sport.
How you is, you be sizing niggas up, bro. Keep it a stack. Did you in your head size up Floyd? Like, you know what I'm saying? If we was ever keep it real, bro, keep it real.
I'm never that type of guy. I think that's some grimy shit. I always been happy for him, been a fan of his, and I never imagined us fight. Yeah. I never looked at him like, man, I know I'll be this.
But you capping, bro. I never thought like fantasy fight me versus Floyd, nah.
Never. I never just was with a person and looked at him like, man, I'll beat his ass. Never. That's some hating type shit to me.
Like plotting.
I ain't never been that type of person.
Crawford is concentrated and tuned in each of the most recent training videos. This clash is not something he is taking lightly. He is being challenged to improve his footwork and conditioning technique. Every action he takes at camp is intended to address the difficulty of the manner he is sparring, training, and preparing against a larger, more formidable opponent, demonstrates that he is aware of the stakes. He's all right. He is adjusting every aspect to ensure that he is prepared for anything Canelo may throw at him when he enters the ring.
What we don't talk about is, Canelo. Steroids. They don't talk about that. So we don't know. We really don't know all the fighters he beat. He could have been not clean in a lot of fights.
When Mayweather brought up Canelo's prior problems with performance-enhancing drugs, it caused controversy. He suggested that some fighters are given more leeway than others and asked why the media hasn't been more critical. The boxing community has conflicting responses to this. While some fans thought it was needless drama, others agreed that there is a double standard. In any case, Floyd's remarks rekindled long-standing discussions around responsibility and equity in professional boxing.
Terence Crawford jumping up from 154 to 168 and beating this quote-unquote version of Canelo Alvarez would diminish the accomplishment that Floyd Mayweather accomplished beating his version of Canelo Alvarez. Is it two different versions of Canelo Alvarez? And obviously, Canelo Alvarez is 62 wins, 2 losses, 2 draws, 39 big wins by way of knockout. He's a first ballot Hall of Famer. He is obviously bigger. When Floyd fought him, it was at 152 catch weight, but it had no rehydration clause. So you might as well just say it was at 154. Now, two things they have in common is that Floyd Mayweather was 36, 37 years of age. Terence Crawford is 37 years of age, going on 38. So he'll be 38 when he fights Canelo Alvarez. Floyd had already had 2 fights at 154. He had the fight with Miguel Cotto and he had the fight with Oscar De La Hoya.
When Mayweather brought up Canelo's prior problems with performance-enhancing drugs, it caused controversy. He suggested that some fighters are given more leeway than others and asked why the media hasn't been more critical. The boxing community has conflicting responses to this. While some fans thought it was needless drama, others agreed that there is a double standard. In any case, Floyd's remarks rekindled long-standing discussions around responsibility and equity in professional boxing.
That's a fight because of the challenge. Yeah. I love the challenges, and I love the people that I hear them now. You too little. You know, Canelo gonna break you. He's gonna stop you. You come from 147, that weight too big. This and that. I can hear it now. And that just excites me to go in there and just be like, okay, let me prove him wrong once again.
That fight would be gigantic. If Canelo gets through Jamel and then you guys fight, that fight would be gigantic.
And it's crazy because, like, in the past interviews, I was like, man, Canelo too big, man. It's weight classes for a reason. I was like, nah.
Crawford takes criticism head-on rather than avoiding it. He recognizes the anxiety that comes with gaining weight and competing against someone as physically strong as Canelo. But he views those worries as a necessary part of the task rather than a barrier to fear. His confidence doesn't come from arrogance, it comes from preparation. He's stepping into this fight to prove a point, not just to compete, but to dominate and silence the doubts once and for all.
Ring Magazine, which is owned by Turkey, reported that Canelo and Crawford have agreed to the September date and that it's essentially on. What is your I know this has been rumored and talked about, but now it seems like a done deal. What's your reaction to this?
It's a good fight. You know, it's a good fight for both of them. Good fight for, I think it's more important for Crawford than anybody, you know, but I think if anybody could beat Canelo, I think Crawford could.
Yeah, I know you said, like, he could be the guy. What kind of a chance do you ultimately give him?
You can give him like a 7 out of a 10.
Oh wow, that high! I thought you were going to say like 25
no,
just because of the size.
Crawford is good, and
of course.
I think he's been known that he's going to fight Canelo for a long time. And Crawford, he likes to pick up the weight, so I'm sure he's been working on the weights for a long time. So, Crawford, when he has with a person that has a big IQ like that, if you do enough weights, and you stay working for a long time, you have a punch.
David Benavidez has expressed his strong support for Crawford's chances, believing that most people do not fully appreciate what Crawford has to offer. Crawford's abilities. He has a genuine chance of pulling off an upset because of his keen focus and mental tenacity.
What about that?
I think skills pay the bills.
Yeah.
And I feel like, truthfully, he's not as little as people think. Like, people think he's like very small.
He cut weight to get to 147, 154.
Yes. Yeah. He's not as small as like people think. It's just he look like it.
Yeah.
So like if you see him
in person
and he get on a scale or something, you wouldn't believe that's his weight.
I told somebody the other day, he might get on the scale weighing like 166, 167 fighting Canelo, and people wouldn't believe how ripped up and cut up he'll still look. He won't look like he's overweight Terence Crawford. He gonna look like a solid Terence Crawford.
I think he beat Canelo though. I've been saying I remember when he fought when they fought. Go watch an interview after the fight. I literally said I think Terence Crawford would beat Canelo.
Okay, I wouldn't say that.
Oh, a long time ago.
Yeah.
No cap.
I did tell him after the Smith fight, I said, man, go get Canelo. You the greatest. Yeah. That's error.
For sure.
Yeah, it's no question.
No question, yes.
Actually, back to the you and Terence working together, because you've shared everything you've learned from him. There was fans doing their homework in the Avanesian fight and in the Spence fight, saying actually it looks like Terence may have taken a couple things from Shakur as well, not just Shakur taking things from Terence.
No, that's for sure.
Shakur. Stevenson has expressed his admiration for Crawford's fighting abilities and feels that he is the better fighter. The argument that Crawford is too little for this bout was rejected by Stevenson. Jeff Mayweather recognizes Crawford's talent and feels he's a more complete fighter, saying that people don't appreciate how powerful and physically capable Crawford really is. Still, he cautions against taking Canelo light.
Come on, he's human. So he had a few hiccups. He won the fight. He's Terence Crawford. A lot of people say, "Oh, Teddy, you make him so good. You're always saying how great Crawford is." But who's he beating? He unified the what was his first division? Lightweight. Then he unified the junior. Then he unified the junior welter, then he unified the welter. I think I got the weight classes right. It doesn't matter. He unified like 3 different weight classes. He moved up in weight. Guys are tired of me saying it. I look at him. Look, Canelo's special too. I get it. And he's bigger. I get that too. And everyone's going to say, well, after Madrimov fight again, had a couple hiccups. Now he's stepping up another weight class. Now he's got to fight Canelo, who's even bigger, stronger, better puncher. A unified champion that he's been. All of that stuff. He's not going to be able to handle it. I asked this question. See, I go to the other side. I say, okay, yeah, can Canelo handle the smaller guy who's going to be faster, who's going to be slicker, who's going to be better defensively, who's going to have better legs, who's going to be able sometimes Canelo at this point in his career can slow down a little bit. They're both getting older. I get it.
Eddie Atlas has stated unequivocally that he believes Crawford is too intelligent and talented for Canelo. Crawford stands out for his ability to understand opponents and his ability to adjust mid-fight.
You fought Floyd Mayweather at what? You're 23?
23.
That's so young. Yeah. And he was like, that was when he was
prime, his
right? Prime, and you're only 23.
23.
What was that like?
I trained so hard, and now obviously I try to beat him because beat him. If you beat him, you wanna be the best in the world at 23. So imagine that. But he was the better man that night. A lot of experience. He's a great fighter. But I learned a lot.
Let's talk about the only loss on your record at the moment. I mean, Floyd Mayweather Jr. It's not exactly a negative thing per se when you lose to someone who's known as one of the greatest of our time. Do you think that if you guys fought again, if you fought now and he was also in his prime, do you think the outcome would have been vastly different?
Definitely, it's gonna be different. No, because I'm more mature, more strong, with more experience. It's gonna definitely gonna.
Ariel Helwani made a noteworthy observation. He brought up Canelo's age and the question marks, pointing out that his performance had been declined.
Watch the right hand for the decoy.
Y'all know chess? Fisher versus Spassky? Two of the best, you understand? That's what you watch. Two of the best. Nice. That's how Star work. You know how to work. You know how to get the most out of everything. Good job, Shane.
Crawford, on the other hand, is at ease with a bigger weight and is developing into it in terms of his agility.
Man, Canelo's a beast, and you know when it was offered to me, I tried to chase the Mayweather fight at that time, and it happened. And obviously I was probably at my peak of my career there as well. So whoever I was gonna fight, I was gonna give him a hard fight regardless. Because we were probably winning that fight against Canelo until he knocked me out. But yeah, I was boxing well, but you know one thing, sizes. Now I understand why they make weight divisions in boxing, every weight division. But then again, look, bro, you would probably take it. I was offered like 10 million quid, bro. 10 million quid, bro. Look, end of the day, this is like it's a lot of money, you know. I thought about it. What made me when I got the deal on the table for 10 mil, I was like, should I take it or not? But then I worked it out. Normally I have to have 3 or 4 hard training camps and fights to make that kind of money. I still one fight. So you gotta do it in that one fight, you know what I mean?
Does Canelo beat Crawford?
Size, bro, remember, but Crawford then is a big boy as well. Crawford's a big guy when it comes to weight. A box fight, yeah.
What do you think?
I think Crawford, in my opinion, but size might matter. But then again, I think since when I fought Canelo's become a better boxer. He started boxing more better. You know what I mean? Technical more. Especially against the last fight against Mangui. He boxed really well as well, and he's looking really good. He's still, a lot of people might say, oh, he's getting old, this and another, but no, Canelo's still a beast.
I mean, Eddie Hearn says don't live levels above Adam. What do you think?
I think today Adam proved he is probably on the same level, but in my opinion, both guys want to fight each other.